That's how I go. Like, you know, like he does things and I recognize the things while he's doing
What do
it.
you mean?
You gonna mess your whole life up, son. This ain't who
That's how it go like he does things. And I recognize the things while he's doing what do you mean? You gonna mess your whole life up, son. This ain't who you want living in the spotlight. Steve Harvey should have known that every move he makes is under a microscope of others. And here's the big news. 50 Cent, a man who's never been one to shy away from controversy, is now the one who can end Steve's career and reputation. But when it comes to exposing the shady industry's figures, 50's got a reputation for keeping it real, no matter the cost, so it looks he's coming for Steve Harvey, the smooth-talking host with a million-dual smile. But behind that charming facade lies a man with a questionable track record, both personally and professionally, with 3 failed marriages under his belt, and shady connections to the elites. He's one big walking contradiction. Everything I say, everything I say going be for a long time rumor has it that Steve's been using his influence in the industry to play puppet master behind the scenes, pulling strings and making deals to further his own agenda, whether it's sabotaging the careers of up-and-coming entertainers or doing favors for his powerful friends. Steve full of sketchy secrets. But if you think what does any of this have to do with 50 Cent, well, turns out the rapper has decided to throw his hat into the ring and call out Steve for his shady dealings. That's right, the man who's never been afraid to speak his mind is ready to shine a spotlight on Steve's less than honorable actions and expose the truth for all to see. But here's the kicker, despite all the evidence stacked against him, Steve remains defiant, brushing off accusations and deflecting blame like a seasoned pro. What dat your damn business. But let's not forget that ENT always stay on the side of truth. And now, when he's successfully doing not only in the music, but in the entire entertainment industry, he believes it's time to purify the rose and get rid of all shady figures. And Steve Harvey's first on the list, starting with his association with Oprah and sabotaging his colleagues in the comedy. Harvey has a lot of skeletons to hide. Remember how he supported his industry pals when they all blackballed Monique and basically told her he'll do anything for money. I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble. You see, 50 Cent had problems with the Monique treatment in Hollywood, as well as you may know the comedian was allegedly excluded from Hollywood after winning an Oscar by Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry. And the rapper was among very few who demanded justice and apology from these two giants. In one of his candid chats, 50 called out some bigwigs in the entertainment biz, accusing them of conspiring to silence Monique and keep her career on ice. Monique, why is she canceled? I had to revisit that 'cause it was like it didn't make sense to me. Did she say something we didn't like? So she didn't work her 13 years after that, while 50 Cent was adamant to dig to the justice. Guess who was playing protector to Miss Win-free actions? None other than Steve Harvey, who had an unpleasant chat with Monique, basically claiming he was siding with Oprah. So that slick eye like that. Remember when Monique spilled the tea to Steve on his talk show back in 2019? Well, those clips have resurfaced. And let's just say they're serving up some serious drama. And speaking of hurt feelings, Monique wasn't shy about calling out Steve for playing her dirty. She told him the truth right into the face. You said to me, Monique, you're not wrong. And when I heard you go on the air and say my sister burned too many bridges, and it's nothing I can do for her now. Steve, do you know how hurt I was? Monique wasn't backing down despite the whole industry being against her. She was standing firm in her truth, calling out the industry's lack of integrity and refusing to play by their rules. And that's when he said, Mama, you've been blackballed. And I said, well, why have I been blackballed? And he said, because you didn't play the game. And it seems like Steve was one of the cowards hiding behind his money bag, afraid to say something against Oprah. Or probably, as many people now recall, he didn't want his own shady dealing and controversies to surface. As one person recalled on social media, I know Steve H. tried to undermine Bernie Mac when he tried to take his job in Ocean's 11. But it didn't work. He also wronged his second wife. And another user added, some people don't deserve what they have. Most don't have what they deserve. Steve Harvey is the first of the two. Luckily, there are still brave people in Tinseltown who are not afraid to call the shady figures out on their B's, from alleged career stealing to shave behind the scenes behavior. Steve is now stepping into the murky consequences of his dark actions, and folks, it's looking not pretty for him. I needed Dan break when Monique refused to play by the industry's rules, refusing to do free promotional work. It was 50 Cent who stepped up to help her get back on her feet. He launched a campaign to revive her acting career, shading everyone who had the means to support her. But didn't. But here's where things get really interesting. While 50 Cent was busy being the hero in the story, Steve Harvey was nowhere to be found. Despite his supposed ties in the entertainment world, Steve seemed more interested in protecting his own interest than standing up for a fellow entertainer in need. You have to deal with the repercussions of the truth. We black out here. We can't come out here and do this. And if you thought Steve's silence spoke volumes, just wait until you hear what his fellow comedians have to say. According to Corey Holcomb, another comedian in the industry, Steve was full of beef since the start, and his whole rise to fame was built on sucking up to the higher-ups with his first TV gig, allegedly coming from playing the kissing game with a network owner. But wait, rumor has it that Steve's may be actually ready to support only those who are useful for him. Remember his infamous tweet, "You got to make a list of everyone in your life and what they provide for you. This is a hard list to make, but you've got to come to the conclusion of who is a benefit in your life, and who is a detraction in your life, and who is a detraction in your life." And check sitting right next to him, none the other queen of shade and controversy, Oprah. Apparently, Steve's wish to turn a blind eye to Monique's struggles may have something to do with his ties to the industry's biggest power players. Together, what the hell is happening today? What the hell? I don't know nothing about that. However, it's not like the comedian is well appreciated by his colleagues, and they all have something to say about his true nature. According to many, Steve's rise to fame wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. Oh no, it was built on a foundation of sweet talking and sucking up to the higher-ups. We are yet to learn about his real journey to the top of stardom, as some even claim Steve made everything up, and his life story is nothing else but a cover for naive people. And when the industry gives me a harsh treatment, one way or another, he changes his passion. Like, remember, he suddenly dropped doing stand-up and explained it by rough cancel culture. And if you thought Steve was shedding tears because of that, no way. He moved on with his career and became a relationship guru all of a sudden, which still doesn't buy for those who know the truth about his second marriage and why it actually fell apart. We have a man of power and authority, and he used that in the court. He was able to manipulate this entire situation to his benefit. But here's the thing, it seems like Steve can quickly change his career path at any moment, since he's having powerful friend like Winfrey. A few days after Harvey had his chat with Monique, he was invited to a heart-to-heart with Oprah. What really raised eyebrows was when she gave Steve a private tour of her own network offices. Talk about being close folks. But here's the thing, not once during their heart-to-heart did Steve even mention Monique's name. It's like he was too busy basking in Winfrey's glow to even spare a thought for his fellow entertainer in need. And while Steve was busy cozying up to power players like Oprah, it was 50 Cent who stepped up to the plate, ready to fight for the truth. I was like, cancel like Monique. Why is she canceled? I had to visit that 'cause it was like it didn't make sense. Well, Steve seems to have sold his soul and integrity a long time ago, and feels like his own fortune and well-being are more important than all the struggles in the world. Amidst these revelations, folks see what man Steve Harvey is truly is. As one person commented, "I lost all respect for Steve Harvey. When you do anything and hurt pal for money, your day will come." And another user added, "Steve Harvey is a clown. He is a toy from Hollywood just to make money. His time will come to an end. Soon his ego fame is too big that he is forgetting where he came from. Only time will tell what's going to happen to Steve's career." But one thing's for sure, when it comes to celebrity drama, you can always count on 50 Cent to keep it real. But folks, what do you think about all this? Will Steve Harvey face the aftermath of his actions? Or will he continue to play the power game? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to check my other music videos.